we were discussing how I came about and heard about AFSI, and I was looking for the right seminary to go to, and I believe in divine intervention. My whole life is divinely guided. So I was waiting and waiting, and everything was falling through. And then I met this wonderful lady on Facebook, and she was a reverend, and she said, well, what are you looking for? And I told her what I was looking for. I wanted to learn all the different religions. I wanted to be able to help everybody, I wanted to be in service to all of mankind. And she said, I've got the place for you. It's a place I went to, All Faith Seminary International in New York City. And I said, I think that's the place. So I called and I had a talk with the bursar, Fran, and immediately we connected. And I knew right from that moment that that's where I was going to be going.
I hear you.
I just knew. And I was like, this is it. And when I found out that I could do the program, I think my original program was supposed to be 2 years long, but we were able to do it in a year if we were able to do the work fast enough and we had that motivation, which we had. So, we're able to do it in a year. And then I went on to do the master's program, which I believe was another 2-year program that I was able to do in 9 months. Wow. So that was the real beauty of that. My time was of the essence for me because I have a full-time business, and it really helped. The credentials helped my business grow and let my patients and clients know that I was serious about my service, my mission for God here on earth.
That's awesome.
And the connections we made at the seminary were amazing. I mean, the dean, Reverend Kathleen, loving as can be, and Reverend John Mundy, and the music director, Reverend Natalia. I mean, and to be with like-minded people, students that were on the same path that we were on, that's what I was looking for. And we met those people there and continue on with our friendships from the seminary.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, for me, I everything you said, I totally agree with. And for me, it was my path getting there was a little bit different. I was at a crossroads and I didn't really know, I didn't have any idea really what I wanted to do. And I suddenly got this sensation of I should go to a seminary, which was ludicrous. And, my background is completely non-religious. I have a strong spiritual sense, but I sort of stumbled across it and I started Googling it and I was like, oh my God, I could study all faiths, which I thought was really interesting because I didn't want to just narrow down into like, oh, well, I only want to learn about this faith. I wanted to learn about like key faiths around the world, what were the perspectives that other people were coming from so that I could understand that better and I could come to my own sort of understanding of how my own faith is evolving. And when I found out it was in New York City, and of course we did it during COVID, so we did it, over Zoom. It was fantastic because it fit my schedule. The speed was important because at that point I was hungry and I really wanted to dive in, and I was able to develop an independent program of study, which really suited me. So there was like the program itself, which covered the major schools of faith. And then I was able to do my own independent study. I had my own mentor, and it worked out perfectly. I was able to really follow kind of my own sort of breadcrumb trail through my own faith journey. And I thought it was a wonderfully supportive environment. And it's for people who are highly motivated and who really have a core interest, who want to like sort of have the right resources put in front of them, and then they kind of find their way. And so I just thought it was a tremendous collection of people and teachers and networking. And as you said, like you could go through the program relatively quickly and yet still have enough time to really dive into your faith and different faith traditions. It was a tremendous program, and I highly recommend it. I thought it was awesome. I'm so glad I did it.
Right. And we talked about the advisors that we had that were instrumental to our journey. And, with their help, and
Yes.
their guidance, that was just, connections we made with them too, was just, part of our journey with the seminary. It was wonderful. It was
Yes, I
really
totally
wonderful.
agree. My mentor was both a psychotherapist, a practicing
Mhm.
clinical psychotherapist, and also, of course, a trained minister. And I loved that combination.
Yeah.
It really fed that kind of like science background that I have and my interest in psychology, and of course, the spiritual component. And she was also extremely
Yeah.
encouraging. So yeah, I agree. The mentors were fantastic. And the different experts that came in. We had do you remember we
Speakers.
had like a
Yeah.
shaman, we had a
Yeah.
Buddhist expert, we had a Hindu,
Seek.
exactly, we had a Sikh, we had this amazing woman whose training was in the Muslim faith and sort of
Mhm.
just opened up our eyes. It was fantastic. Really a great crew.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. So I think for anybody interested in this path and this journey, this is a perfect place to go. I highly recommend it. And they could
Highly
go
recommend.
on the website, allfaithseminary.org, and they can sign up and get more information there.
And definitely sign up and get
Yeah.
more information, because I think when they
Yep.
send you kind of the outline of the course, you'll
Right.
see that each faith,
Yes.
you have an opportunity to dive in, to understand, to really familiarize yourself. And the reading list is intense, and it's intense in a good way. I mean, I think if
Right.
you're
Right.
interested in this, you probably have a hunger, like that sort of deep spiritual hunger. And this is a way to feed that hunger, but really in some ways that also just whets your appetite, because you just
Right.
then want to know more, learn more, and meet more people.
Ex-
So
Exactly. If I can do it, anybody that wants this life and this journey in their life and wants a life of service can do it.
that's true. I think
Because
you
the
make,
support is there. The
I
support of the
yes,
seminary is there.
yes, yes. You make
They're
a
very
really good
supportive. They
point.
want you to succeed,
Yes, you make a
and that's
really
the
good
main
point.
thing.
Yep, absolutely.